Hey, it's Leah Garcia. Get ready for the launch of my new interactive Wall of Wealth on June 24th. This isn't just an event, it's a game changer. Join me in the Hello Plaza metaverse or watch live across all social media platforms. I will unlock the secrets to building, protecting, and growing your dynasty with powerful, risk-free wealth strategies. Don't sit on the sidelines. This is your chance to level up and secure your financial future. Save the date. Let's make wealth without risk your reality.
All right, and we are live. Welcome to this Thursday to Rise Up and Thrive and make this the best year of your life, where we talk about zero net cost benefits. I love this conversation. We really are here to be of service to you. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, you know a business owner, or maybe you're an employee going without benefits, this message is for you. And today we're talking about the struggle of affordable prescriptions. And imagine being an employee, or you have an employee and they have prescriptions that are really costly. You know, some prescriptions are hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So what happens if you have this diagnosis or you have this health challenge, and now you find out that even though you have employer coverage, even though you do have benefits through your employer, that prescription is going to cost you $700, $800, $1,000, $3,000. I had one client who came to me and their prescription was $6,000. Who can afford that? I mean, that's more than a mortgage. And, you know, we can talk about it shouldn't be that way. I totally agree. It shouldn't be that way. Unfortunately, right now, we still have this whole thing with the drugs. And I just, I don't even know what the solution is, but I do know this, that we have to change that. We got to flip the script and do a cartwheel, Miss Noni. Yes, I said it. I said it. And we're going to flip that script and do a cartwheel and help employers to offer these benefits, corporate style benefits, rich benefits. These are the gold standard. These are not just the average benefits. These are very, very comprehensive benefits that they can allow their employees to have free. Doesn't cost them anything. Zero net cost benefits are zero net cost to the employer, which they can offer these benefits to their valued employees. And think about that. If they have one of their employees who is struggling to pay those prescription drug plans, and now they're able to afford it, that's amazing. I just helped a client not too long ago. His drug plan was, his medication was a new medication, the cost was going to be $750. We were able to help him and get that cost down to about $150 a month. Now think about that. And yes, that is still costly, but at least it was something that was manageable for him so that he could actually address his health, because we only get one chance at our good health. I don't know if you've noticed that, but a lot of times when something happens, it's very difficult to get that back. If you have an injury, it's really difficult to heal that back to where you're 100%. Look at very, very exclusive top athletes. So we don't want to have to compromise and not being able to have access to the prescriptions that our doctors say that we need because of money. That just shouldn't be. I know. Can you believe it's the one and only Miss Cristina Salgato? I love Christina. I love her last name. I actually want to marry her because I do want that last name.
Already done.
I know she's already married. She's already spoken for. But, I just love the last name. But anyway, so enough about me. It's not about me. It's about my incredible team that I'm so honored to have. They are incredible. I want you to hear from each one of them. So let's go ahead and kick it off. Start us off, Ms. Christina. Take it away.
Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday, right? And Noni's here. Hi, Noni. So, fantastic topic as usual. Definitely Leah knows how to pick them. And we're talking about, a solution to a problem that we encounter on everyday life, high cost prescriptions. And oftentimes, when something like this happens, of course, it causes a lot of stress. and we go to the pharmacy, we're there to pay for the prescription, and there it is, the price tag. And where does your first thought go, right? My insurance, my employer, my benefits, they're not good, they're not good enough. And a lot of stress and frustrations that you end up bringing back in the workplace, because the very next day you show up at work and you look at your pay stub, you look at how much you're paying, and you look at what you're getting for it, and all the problems that you take with you at work. Perhaps it affects your performer. So why am I saying this, right? Who am I really speaking to? I'm really speaking to the employer. I'm really speaking to those companies that offer a benefit package, or perhaps they're not yet offering a complete benefit package. But something to keep in mind for them while we're doing this, while they're offering something to their valued employees, is this actually doing something? Is this actually enhancing my employee life? And is this really enhancing my own company culture? So that's in a nutshell, probably a good reason why we are here today discussing this. Is an eye opener. That's what we try to do weekly here. We pick a topic that is an eye opener, and okay, breaking news is a problem. This happens, but we are here because we actually have solutions. We are offering a program, zero net cost benefit, that is a win-win for the employer and for the employee. And I'm pretty sure that Leah will go in and talk about this in depth. But in essence, it's a solution to a problem. It's something that you can decide to go full on this, or you can add to your existing benefit plans that you're offering your employees, so that perhaps that particular prescription now has an additional benefit. They can cover part of it with this new plan.
Yeah, great points. I love it's so true. It really has to go to your company culture. And imagine if you're that employer and you have that employee, that valued employee, because really your employees are the face of your company, and they can't get that benefits that they want. They don't have access to that affordable prescription plan. Are they going to be a dependable employee? Are they going to be able to actually be that true face that they want to show? But because of their illness or what's going on with them physically, they're just not able to do that. So you are so on point, always acting, so many golden nuggets, so much wisdom.
I love that you use the word dependable, because it's usually the other way around. We, a lot of us here in the audience and here in this group, that we have been employees, right? So we depend on our jobs. We depend on our jobs for benefits. We depend on our jobs, for our livelihood. But this is something that turns around. Is your employee dependable? Can you depend on your employee to turn your business around and grow your business with you? Yes, if you actually take care of the company culture, take care of offering things that are a win-win for you and for them, and really show that you care. We started the first, our first topics here, we were addressing new companies or companies that were growing, that perhaps they were finding a way, to keep going while they're not able to offer benefits. Perhaps they were they hire part-time employees, or the contract and they don't offer benefits. And what happens is that they cannot retain their employees and their business suffer. So it's turning it around. Is your employee dependable? But what's the cause of it, and what can you do to have dependable employees?
That's a gold bar. That is the gold bar. Amazing share. Thank you so much, Christina. And now I want to hear for the incredible Mr. Tim Keller. Please, the mic is yours. Share with us your wisdom that you're going to drop on us today.
I don't know if it's wisdom, but I have a good story.
Yeah.
So a few years back, like my best friend, been best friend since high school, same class, everything. He got diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma,
Wow.
and looking at the bills that he got for the stuff he needs to stay alive was insane. And I mean, this was a while back, and yeah, no, those just seeing those bills was crazy. So, oh, knowing that there's a way to sort of guard against that and protect yourself is definitely something to think about, because you might go to the doctor one day just because you're out of breath and then end up in the ER that same day, them pumping masses of green fluid out of you. Uh, yeah, so it's definitely good to be prepared for that.
Thank you so much for being so transparent, Tim. They say facts tell, but stories sell. And you're not the only one who's experienced that. I've had several clients I have 4 clients currently going through significant medical conditions at this time right now. And some of them don't have benefits that cover certain things. I have one client who's looking at selling her home to be able to get access to the treatment and things that she needs. I have another client who's liquidating her 401ks and retirement accounts to be able to get access to. This is real stuff here. We're not talking about a little, cold sore or something, although that's annoying and you want that prescription too, but it could be something that is life changing. Maybe you need this prescription to change your life, to be able to save your life. So incredible story. Thank you so much, Tim. So that was a gold bar. That was absolutely wisdom. And now I would like you to hear from Miss Sharon Byrne. Miss Sharon, the mic is yours.
Well, thank you, Leah, and thank you, everybody. And hello to everybody that's here live, and to Team Replay. Glad you're here as well. This is a topic that is near and dear to my heart, because I work with a lot of clients and families who have children or family members who have either acquired their disability or chronic illness, or they were born with it. And this is and I myself, for those of you that may not know, have a chronic illness. I was born with cerebral palsy, and that comes with other secondary things that can happen to you as you progress in life. And so I know it from both sides. I know it from families that are struggling, and I know what my own struggle has been. And I really do believe that if employers could set themselves up in a way where there could be reciprocal needs being met. If I'm your employee and I don't have to worry about being able to keep myself as healthy as I can for you, for my family, for my friends, for everybody, then I'm going to serve you and whoever we're serving as a unit better. I'm going to be more efficient. I'm going to be less stressed. I'm going to be more productive. And so there's definitely real reciprocation that happens when you can set your work culture environment in a place where people don't have to worry as much. I myself, and I know other people that this has happened to, but I'll use myself as an example. I had to turn down what at the time was one of my dream jobs. Wow. Because they did not have a durable medical rider on their insurance plan. And I'm going to tell you right now, I can't afford to pay my portion. I can't afford to pay for a full wheelchair, let alone pay for my portion sometimes, even when I have insurance. It's crazy. So, and that's only one example of equipment. There's a lot of equipment that people with chronic illnesses or disabilities need, or medications they need. And the cost for it is astronomical, not even including the care of the doctors and all that. So it can really make or break a family's life and budget. I have a client whose son got injured at school and has a traumatic brain injury. The
Oh,
mom had to quit her job
yeah.
to take care of him, and their medical bills. I mean, we've had fundraiser after fundraiser because otherwise they're going to lose everything. And so I just think that there needs to be more open-mindedness to looking at the reciprocal nature of what you get out of your employees when you give more security to your employees.
Oof.
And it's not really that hard to do. This is the thing. One of the things I want to say, one of the reasons I was inspired to come onto your team is because Leah, you're creative in how bring these options. There's so many more options out there than people are aware of. So rather than just be closed-minded to know this isn't going to work, I encourage everyone to be open to hearing every option because you don't know what's out there. So, I mean, that I could go on about this topic forever, but I'm going to land right there. And,
That was powerful. That was so powerful. And that's an area that you're bringing my awareness to is also the durable medical equipment and devices that are there for your quality of life and not being able to have that quality of life because you don't have access to a employer plan that can really subsidize and allow you to care for yourself. So this is so huge, you guys. And yes, I agree with you. There are people who reach out to me all the time. They say, well, this should already be provided. We shouldn't have to pay for employee benefits. Well, we're the only country in the civilized world that doesn't have medical for everyone. And I agree with you. But unfortunately, right now, this is where we live. And these are the things the hoops that we have to jump through. But what if you could provide that equipment? What if you could provide those benefits at zero net cost, no cost to the employer, and free to their valued employees? I know that sounds kind of woo, but this is an economic relief program. It's been around since the Affordable Care Act. It's been around a long time. But the reason why people don't know about it, well, we can talk really deep why people don't know about it. We'll think about that in a second. But one of the reasons is there's a lot of compliance behind being able to offer this as an insurance company. And so a lot of companies have attempted to put it together, but they just have fallen short. So now we have a program that will make it streamlined, easy enrollment, easy maintenance. I mean, there is a little elbow grease, but imagine being able to do that and having that reciprocity. Reciprocity is huge. And I'm going to land it there because I do want to hear from the one and only Mr. Zach Simon. Boop, boop. The floor is yours, Mr. Zach. Take it away.
Thank you, Leah. I'm just blown away by what everybody is sharing so far. I mean, Sharon, your heartbreaking story is just making me reflect not only in my personal journey in the field of mental health, but observing my friends and family go through moments where they just can't afford medications and have to adjust accordingly. And unfortunately, that means they have to sacrifice. Unfortunately, that means they can't take advantage of the resources that they would like to. I know being as a mental health professional working with many clients, it's a struggle for many of my clients affording medications that they could otherwise use. And so oftentimes many of my clients tend to either be medication not compliant because they just can't afford it, or they use other substances because that's the only thing available to them. And as a mental health provider, it sucks seeing that. It tugs at my heart working with many clients who don't have an employer who could offer zero net cost benefits. It sucks, working with clients who don't have anywhere to turn to other than, drugs and alcohol that is constantly available to them. So it definitely pulls at my heartstrings. And it also reminds me of Tim and your story. I appreciate you sharing your story of your friend, because I've seen people with chronic life-threatening conditions, have to choose between a rock and a hard place. And so if only an employer could offer zero net cost benefits, it would be such a game changer for them. You know, it just reminds me of, Christina, you were using that word dependent, or dependency. You know, I feel like many employers who are a dependent and stable person and stable employer could be stable for employees. I think being stable and being dependable is such attractive to many employers, that, you know, many employees flock to companies that offer stable insurance.
Absolutely.
Right? I think you are competitive as an employer if you offer stable and great healthcare insurance. And so if you're listening to this, really consider the benefit of offering zero net cost benefits to your employees. I mean, employees really need healthcare. It really sucks to work at a job where you don't even know if you can afford your medication. You know, so it's really attractive to be at a job where, like, hey, they really care about you and provide an avenue for getting your healthcare and provide an avenue for getting your medications. It makes people want to stay at a company longer because they can get their healthcare as they need. You know, why leave when your employer is offering healthcare insurance that is tailored to you?
Right.
Right. I
Can I
think
add- I'm sorry, Zachary.
it's cool. Oftentimes, you know, a company that offers benefits is way more attractive than the income itself. Right.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. If I may just add really quickly, that on the flip side of my story of not being able to take a job because they didn't offer the insurance I need, I have stayed with jobs where my salary was not what it could be or what I wanted it to be, but I had really good benefits, and that saved a lot of the money that I was earning. I didn't have to put out for the healthcare needs that kept me healthy enough to do my job. So I, for one, myself, and I know a lot of other people in my life, family, friends, clients, who make the choice of where they're going to work based on the access to benefits that they have, healthcare, retirement, all of them. So I just wanted to share that flip side of the coin that I had, you know, based on what you were saying, Zach.
Yeah, I thank you for that addition. I mean, it's playing the long game. You know, in a lot of ways, seeking a company that has zero net cost benefits is more of a long game than the slight increase in bump of pay that you get every year, like a bonus.
Yep.
Right. Zero net cost benefits beats inflation. That's a dope idea that I could go seek a company that could beat inflation by offering zero net cost benefits.
Wow.
Mic drop moment.
Yeah. Wow. 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 Did I tell you my team is amazing, incredible? Like these nuggets, they didn't even share these with me offline. And I'm so glad they didn't, because it's hitting me right here, every single one of you. And I'm so honored to have each and every one of you on my team. And we really are going to be that crusade. We really are going to change and help people who don't have access to benefits now have access to zero net cost benefits. This is our crusade. And by the way, what we do is good for our communities. It's good for our employers. They get to provide benefits, but they also are going to receive some tax benefits. And they also, by the way, will enjoy some reduction of their workers' compensation, so that's the bonus, right? That's the additional bonus. And the employee gets to stay at that job that they enjoy. They get to stay and feel loyal. Because think about it, we target employers with 40 to about 100 employees. At that level, that employer still knows their employees. They know their families. They actually look into their eyeballs. They look at their eyeballs at Christmas time. And when they don't show up They know that Bob isn't there, or Sally isn't there. So this really gives them an opportunity to really enhance that culture. And like I said, this is our crusade. If you know someone who's going without benefits, please refer them to us. If you know an employer who would like to provide benefits, but it doesn't seem to be fitting into their budget, or just like one of my amazing teammates alluded to, maybe they have benefits, but they want to enrich those benefits. They would like to add some additional benefits like dental, vision, life insurance, and things of that nature. So absolutely. And I love that you all are connecting with each other in the comments. I absolutely love that. I want to welcome a few people who joined us. Cofino, Felipe Cofino, thank you so much for coming by. He's been doing a lot of great stuff. And Felipe, I love that you're on LinkedIn. I mean, well, of course I love that you're on LinkedIn. That's how I met you. But I adore that you're now on YouTube, because it's really a lot easier for me to be able to listen in when I'm at the gym and stuff. So thank you so much for what you're doing on YouTube. I absolutely love that. And I love his comment here. See if I can bring it up here. He says, loving this conversation, healthcare is a basic human need that should not be hard to get or afford.
Amen, Felipe.
Absolutely. And I'm not sure who this is. LinkedIn user, please tell us who you are. Good evening, all. Sandra. I tell people all the time to look at the benefits offered before turning down a job opportunity. That is a golden nugget. Look at all these golden nuggets that we've got here, even by the audience. Love it, love it, love it. And of course, we have the one and only Kenny. He loves cheesecake. I'm not really sure how all that works, but glad that you're here, because I definitely am not a cheesecake lover. Definitely not a cheesecake lover. Spill the tea. Yeah, I'm gonna spill the tea really quick before we getting ready to wind down here. But here's the thing, is that insurance companies are paid to insure you, but they make a lot of money. Okay, I represent insurance companies. So having free benefits, having free insurance, if we had it for everyone, you know, they're going to resist that. You guys know me. I tell the real deal. This is a gloves off conversation. I'm going to tell you the good, bad, the ugly. I'm going to pull back the curtain and tell you all the things that's really going on behind the curtain. And that's really one of the reasons why I do not sell Medicare. That's one of the reasons why I don't specialize in health insurance. I specialized in health insurance for many, many years, but then things changed. And that's a whole nother conversation. Mm-hmm. But I love zero net cost benefits. I love the opportunity to share this, pour into our community, improve our company culture, and allow those employees to have access to benefits that are normally just afforded to the select few. Where their employers have those rich corporate style benefits, now they can provide those rich corporate style benefits for free. And you guys know that's one of my favorite F words. I love free, right? We want things that are good. Just because it's free doesn't mean it's good. This is good. It's good for the employee. It's good for the employer. It's good for the community. I call that a win-win-win. And it's good for us, by the way, because we actually get compensated for this. So if you're looking for a side gig, you're looking for an additional passive income stream, I'm looking to grow my team, I'm looking for high quality people. You can see every single one of these individuals are high quality people. Christina is a giver. That's how I actually met her. She absolutely is one who is pouring into the community. That's just her natural way about her. Miss Sharon, same thing. That's how I met her, through the LinkedIn audio rooms, and she's constantly pouring into people, uplifting others. And Tim, you heard his heart. You know, he is actually new on social media, but you see with the heart, he's got a heart of a champion. And then of course, Zachary, he's just, I mean, as Zachary, this is actually what speaks so articulately about this, because he's dealing with the patients who can't access these benefits, who don't have employer benefits. So every single one of them, amazing shares. Thank you everyone for joining us. Lisa Favec, I did also see you. And my friend Mark, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. So tag somebody who needs to see this. Tag an employer who maybe doesn't have benefits. Tag someone you think might be going without insurance. Or if you know somebody who's looking for an additional passive income stream, we definitely would love to talk to you, looking to grow our team. Listen, we only have 2% market share right now. 2% market share. There's a lot of room for growth. And by the way, we get paid monthly for as long as that employee has those benefits. So I know that sounds pretty sexy. If you would like to know more about it, please reach out to me or any one of my amazing teammates. Any one of them can help you. And we've got a few other people who've joined us. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thank you for joining us. Great to see you. And I tell it like it is. That's right. This is the gloves off, rip the Band-Aid off. There's no rainbows and puppy dogs here, okay? This is the real conversation. I'm always going to tell you the real stuff. So
Yeah.
that's to do it for us. Does anybody else have any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I just wanted to add one thing, if it's okay. So I just want to leave employers and people with and without benefits with this. We are connected. Our mind, body, and our spirits are connected. And I don't mean to sound frou-frou, but here's where I'm going with this. If you have your physical and mental health, because physical health is really no good without mental health and vice versa. They're both equally important and they both need to be attended to, and people need to have access to the right care and medications, and that's not happening. But if you're physically and mentally healthy, then you're less stressed. And if you're financially stressed, it's going to affect your physical and mental health. So you see how there's the connection? So if we can work together as a community and as employers and employees to bridge that gap and bring everybody into a better place of homeostasis and connectivity within themselves, it's going to change the dynamic of communities and work culture naturally.
Boom, boom, boom. We'll end it there. Thank you so much, everyone. We appreciate your support. Thank you so much to my incredible team. You make me look good. I mean, I am so, so humbled and honored. Every one of you contributes. And they say a rising tide raises all boats, but only if your boat's in the water. Every one of you bring your boat in the water every single time you put your boat in the water. And we are definitely going to rise up and thrive in 2025 and make this the best year of our life. Thank you so much, everyone. We are here every Thursday where we talk about zero net cost benefits. Invite somebody who needs to see this. And we thank you so much, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you so much, everyone.
Hey there, I'm Leah Garcia. Have you ever wanted a career where you truly make a difference in people's lives? I'm building a team of driven financial and insurance professionals, people who want to help families and businesses protect, distribute, and transfer their wealth with confidence. If you're passionate about guiding others to achieve financial security, then you're exactly who I'm looking for. Join my supportive, growth-oriented environment and unlock your full potential. Ready to take the next step? Visit leahgarcia.io and let's start building your future together.